All right. Hey. What's up, everybody? We are live. Y'all come on in.
How are
It
y'all
is a
doing
party
this
today.
wonderful Saturday? I know we have a studio full today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We have two amazing guests tonight for tonight's show. Mr. Byron Jamal and Miss ShaVonne Banks Davis. So we are going to start the show off tonight with Miss ShaVonne Banks Davis.
Yes, welcome her.
Miss ShaVonne is a theater teaching artist and acting coach, and her company, Acting with Mrs. Davis, got a huge lift from Beyonce Carter's BeyGood Foundation and the NAACP Empowerment Programs in union with BeyGood's Black-owned Small Business Impact Fund, united to expand economic opportunity by awarding grants of $10,000 on the 15th of each month throughout the end of 2020. So please welcome Miss ShaVonne Banks Davis.
Hi. Hello, ladies.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank y'all so much for inviting me here today.
Yes,
thank you for joining us.
It's an honor.
It is.
Listen, I don't know if I told you, but I applied for that grant. So congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
She sent it to us all, well, our circle, and I did apply as well, but oh my gosh, yes, congratulations.
Congrats.
Like, how did it feel when you found out you won?
Oh my goodness. So just like how you guys send it to each other, I have like a group chat with some colleagues of mine, and we're always sending grant and contract opportunities. And so I received it like a couple of days before it was due, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and give this a try. This sounds interesting. And so, of course, you had to submit the video on YouTube. That was my first time putting a video on YouTube, and I didn't think I was going to get it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I was like, it's probably like thousands of people all over the world, trying to get this grant opportunity. Because as you know, a lot of grants are for like nonprofits. And so for it to be a small business, Black-owned small business grant, that was just a really big opportunity. And so, like you read, it said that they come about the 15th of the month. So when December 15th rolled around and I didn't hear anything, I was like, oh, well, okay, And then January came around and I just happened to be, I don't know, I was just up and I was just in the bed. It was late at night and I saw an email and I woke my husband up like, babe, oh my God. And so the email, even when I got the email, I thought it was telling me about the other recipients, like, congratulate these recipients of this award, and it was like in bold, you will receive a $10,000 grant. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God.
I bet you cannot go back to sleep.
I couldn't. And after that, I just started Googling and like they had already put it on their social media, like back towards the end of December. So what got me, ladies, was when I went to Beyonce's website and it was, I was the second person listed. It was my picture and I just couldn't believe it.
I would have lost it. I'd have been
I fainted. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is an honor.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about your acting company.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, and Acting with Mrs. Davis is my baby that I literally started last February. So it's been a little bit over a year. And so I taught in the classroom for 5 years as a theater arts teacher in a couple of school districts here. And I just saw the magic that can happen teaching theater arts, taking students who have little experience, no interest in theater, and just being able to connect with them and build a culture. And so, as I was teaching and things, I said, hey, like, I feel like a bigger purpose. Like, there's got to be a way that I can teach lots of kids, not just the ones at the school I'm at or the ones in my classroom. And so I started researching a theater teaching artist. And that's basically like a traveling theater teacher. And so I was like, well, hey, I can start this company. It took me a while to come up with the name. But a lot of kids would say, I love acting with Mrs. Davis. I love theater with Mrs. Davis. So I was like, acting with Mrs. Davis. And so during the pandemic, and I started at the helm of the pandemic, which was very challenging because theater is all about togetherness. Like we literally do like a circle where we hold hands and we're like passion, power, purpose, and all these cool things. I'm like, how am I going to do this on a computer? And so again, just starting to research and looking at the activities that I do. And I was like, how can I turn this into something virtual? And so I started offering virtual theater classes and private acting lessons, and it just kind of grew from there. And I mean, I have students in Hollywood, California. I have students in Philadelphia. I have students in Georgia. Like I have students all over, and I teach ages 2 through 18.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing. That is
Thank you.
How did you figure it out? Like, what did you do in the middle of the pandemic to get everybody together?
So I'll be honest, like Facebook is my friend. Like, I definitely did a lot of Facebook promoting, Facebook ads. And I mean, it just started rolling from there. And then, of course, starting with family and friends, people that but people really had followed me through my theater teaching in the classroom and taking students to win awards and competitions and things like that. And so people knew that I was serious about, my theater teaching craft. And so when it came time for me to branch out, it was like a domino effect. Like people just, and I have students, I think that's the main thing. It's not just about acting. A lot of people think theater, or acting is just about acting, but it's public speaking, it's confidence, it's culture, leadership. There's a lot of skills. And so I have students who come to me for different reasons, not just to, be the next big actress or actor.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So do you have any projects coming up that you can share?
Absolutely. I'm actually hosting the DFW Virtual Fine Arts Competition, and it is on Saturday, April 10th, which is next Saturday, at 2 p.m. And so we have about 60 students who've registered, and so they'll be competing in the categories of theater, dance, visual art, music instrument, music vocal, and spoken word poetry for cash prizes. And I'm also giving away a $500 scholarship to a student who's planning to attend an HBCU for fine arts. I graduated from Clark Atlanta University, CAUA. And so, that's my biggest thing. And also with the grant, my main goal is to provide my classes for free. And so that is really what the grant has allowed me to do. All of my theater group classes, my virtual classes are free. And when I tell you, as soon as I drop these classes, they have been filling up. I'm filled up all the way until June, excuse me. I filled up all the way into June. And I have a little actors group, ages 2 through 6, and we meet on Thursdays. And then I have young actors group. We meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., and that's ages 7 to 11. Then I have my teen actors group. We meet on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and all of my classes are filled up until June. And yes, and this just lets me know how much is needed in the community,
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. And listen, you are close. So yeah, I was see if I could get.
We were thinking the same thing.
I got one in here with me right now. Yes. That is a little drama queen. So
she'd be perfect.
She would be perfect for it.
Yes.
So do you have any after school programs or anything that you've got coming up in the summertime that you're going to do for the kids this year?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So I work with Fort Worth Independent School District, YMCA, Clayton Youth Enrichment. And so I teach after school theater arts programs. And so right now I'm at two schools, one middle school, one elementary school that I go to. And so yes, I'm actually hosting a fine arts, we're calling it the Youth Need Love, a summer initiative program for previously adjudicated youth. And it's a juvenile prevention and intervention program where we're trying to reach youth through fine arts, STEM, and life skills. And so that's the biggest thing I'll be working on this summer. And then also last year, we put together the DFW Virtual Youth Enrichment Summit. And we'll be doing a second annual one this year where we taught 2 weeks of workshops for middle school and high school kids in various different genres and categories and topics. And so we'll be revamping that for this summer as well.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that is awesome.
Okay,
Thank
I know where
you.
my children are going.
Bring them on. Yes, they'd love it. They'd love it.
So how can people reach you if they want to sign up for those if they want their children to sign up for those classes, if they want to follow you, support you, how can people do that?
Okay, yeah, definitely. My website is www.actingwithmrsdavis.com. And that's also my social media on Facebook and Instagram. And then my email, info@actingwithmrsdavis.com. So everything's actingwithmrsdavis.com. And yep, they can find me on social media, and you can register directly on the website for the classes. And yeah.
And I have one other question. The $500 scholarship to attend an HBCU, how do they apply for that, and what are the qualifications for that scholarship?
Okay, so they can absolutely go to my website, and there's direct information on it. It's a direct link, and so it's a Google form that they'll fill out, and it's a 300-word essay that basically says why is attending an HBCU important to me, and then how has fine arts impacted my life.
Nice.
I love it. That's awesome.
So cool.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations on the grant. Listen, that is a major thing.
Thank
Your name
you.
will be all over the place. And
It is.
look, we
Acting with
definitely
Miss Davis.
Yes, acting with Miss Davis.
Oh my God. Yeah, I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Thank y'all.
You are. Yeah. Oh man, I wish you were around when mine were little.
I wish I was around when I was little too.
What you're doing and what we're doing, it's like we are paving the way for that younger generation, giving them things that we wish we had at that age.
That is absolutely what I'm doing, giving back. And I wish I had opportunities like this. I'm not kidding. Everything was, kind of geared towards a certain culture in this area of what I was doing when I was growing up. And I'd go to auditions and wouldn't get them, and and go to an audition for the school plays and wouldn't get it. And a lot of people didn't look like me. The directors didn't look like me. And so that is just one of my main goals. There's so much talent in our community, and they just need people like us to, help them bring it on out.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
So with the programs that you do have for, those that are in our communities that are, kind of bringing and pulling them out of the background, what are some of the things that you've seen, especially in the younger generation, trying to get them out of their shell? Like, what do you do to help them with their confidence?
Oh my goodness. So, like basically seeing that we all are in this together and sharing our similarities or celebrating our similarities and our differences. And I think that's kind of at the start of it, to build, our next generation of compassionate and empathetic leaders. Like those are some of the biggest things that you learn in theater, because you're working together to put on a production for people, which means you're giving back in essence. And so, just kind of culture is my biggest thing. Like I start every class with, respect, and also teaching what that looks like. Some students just don't know what respect is until they're disrespected, And so, so definitely building that culture. We're here to support each other. Even my little kids, we clap after everybody, says their name or performs, we clap for each other. And so building that support, that camaraderie, making sure that culture is there, that positive culture. And that's just where we started. That's the foundation. And once I get that going, and everybody has love and respect for each other, because everybody's on a different level. Some kids are like quiet and shy, and this their first time. And then there's some who are just like big and full of life, and they're just ready. So, trying to get them all to understand each other and get to the point where we can actually perform and talk to each other. And by the time I finish my classes, we're like a family. We're like a big family.
I love that.
And I think it's good because it teaches them not only, confidence, but communication, talking to each other. Because I know that generation, like, they are coming up in a totally different world and environment than we did. So getting them to break away from social media and to actually interact with each other and other people, I think that's very important. And I'm so glad that you are here to do that for our youth.
Yeah, thank you. And I have to shout out the parents.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the parents like registering the kids and pushing them to be in something positive, they wouldn't be there. So a lot of it definitely comes from the parents.
That is good.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I am so proud of you. I just I feel like a proud mama. Like,
I know.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, love the kids. Like that's heartstrings right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. Working with kids has been very rewarding, and just their success is my success, and I literally tell people I just have fun every day. Like, that's my job, to have fun with kids every day, to smile. Like, when I get done with some of my classes and my private lessons, like, my cheeks are hurting because we just laughed and had so much fun, and that's just really what I do every day, all day.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh my gosh. I've got to connect with you after this because
Absolutely.
Yes, I have some girls that we want to send your way.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'm just like sitting here like, okay, I can't wait to get Yes, so yeah, I'm excited. So excited for you. And just thank you for coming on.
We wouldn't miss it for the world. Thank y'all.
To share and talk to us.
Absolutely. Because more people need to know about this. And then the fact that you're so close to East Texas. I was thinking you were going to say, oh, I'm in Florida or I'm in Atlanta or whatever. No, you're right here in Texas. Like, Fort Worth, Texas is like a hop, skip, and a jump from us. So,
hey, I'd love to come and teach a workshop. A friend of mine gave me that idea. He was like, you need to start, you said traveling teacher, but you need to start moving around. Going to some different areas.
Ma'am.
Yes. After this call, like next week.
Absolutely.
To set something up.
I'm there. I love the kids. I love what the magic that happens with theater. So I'd love to come there and put something together with y'all. I'm with it.
Okay, definitely.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Listen, how can people find you? I know that you've got some people watching right now, but how can they connect with you? How can you get volunteers? If you need sponsors, if you need donations, whatever, how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. I think social media is probably the best way. Facebook, Acting with Mrs. Davis, Instagram, Acting with Mrs. Davis. But the number one thing I check all day is my email. So info, INFO, at Acting with the Mrs. Davis. Whether it's, whether you need advice on, you want to get in the theater, you want your student to get in the theater. I get emails like that all the time. Or, if you're a teacher and you're ready to branch out and do something different, I get emails like that. I'm here to support entrepreneurs in any kind of way, organizations, and also collaborate. That's my biggest thing I really want to get more into this year is collaboration and working with some other entities. And that's why I'm really excited about the fine arts competition, because I'm working with 5 other fine arts educators, and we're coming together and helping these youth and getting them going. And so that's how you can hit me up. Info at actingwithmrsdavis.com.
Info at actingwithmrsdavis.com.
That's right. MRS, Mrs. Davis.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all get her. She is doing amazing things. We got to get these kids doing something, because I think COVID made them lazy. Like,
oh my goodness.
I feel like the kids are on a whole nother level, so we got to pull them back.
Yes.
We got to pull them back. So
you got to reel them in.
Thank you for everything that you do. If you need us for anything, you just let us know.
Please let us know.
Please let us know.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. You're doing what you're doing. I'm very inspired. Beautiful, ambitious, motivated.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, darling. We're not going to keep you any longer.
All right.
You y'all make sure that y'all follow ShaVonne Banks, y'all. Do it
on
now.
Instagram, Facebook, everything. Follow her, support her.
Absolutely. All right, darling.
Bye.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her right now.
Definitely, yes.
Get off right now and then come back.
Ages 2 to 18, and they are interested in acting, you know, building that confidence.
Yes.
Conversation. Definitely reach out to Miss ShaVonne.
Absolutely. Thank you. Man, can you imagine being on Beyonce's website?
Oh my gosh. I would have been screenshot, sending it to everybody. Like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, just that whole.
That's awesome. It was an honor. Definitely an honor.
All
right.
Okay. We're going to take a whole shift
we're going to shift it up just a little bit. This next young man. Yes. Oh, and also, ShaVonne, don't go anywhere. We're going to play a game before we get off. We're going to play a game. It's going to be this and that. So y'all stay tuned for that. This or that. Okay. All right. So the next guest that we have, Mr. Byron Jamal, is here with us. And introduce him really quick. Byron is a highly respected influencer in Atlanta and is known for his outstanding ability to hold a dialogue about various topics. So I'm interested to see where that's going to go. He is a love coach, public speaker, and the senior life editor of Control magazine. Byron has interviewed influencers and celebrities such as Reese Odom from the Vampire Diaries and Saints and Sinners, April Parker Jones, If Loving You Is Wrong, and Supergirl, Divine Blessings from Owns Ready to Love, and Carol Rodriguez, the Olympic sprinter. Wow. Okay. So award-winning, and many, many others. So make sure that y'all follow Byron Jamal at byronjamal.com. Welcome, sir. Listen, I need this hat. I'm loving it. I love it.
I said if I was going to be on with the ladies that are beautiful, ambitious, and motivated, I might as well be a part of all of that energy. Let's go.
Yes. I love this. And you fit right on in.
Yes. And I've noticed that you wear hats a lot. So is that like one of your signature things?
It is. As a bald man, I love a good hat. It just fits nice and it feels like hair.
Okay. That's how we feel about our wigs.
Listen.
Hello. I'm not mad at you. I am not mad at you at all. If this was back in the 17 or 1600s, men would have wigs too. You know, those big old white powdery ones. Yeah. So you know, the first wig was actually created for men and not women. Yeah.
What? Yeah. You know what? I believe that. Yeah. I can see that because
how times have changed.
Yeah, they have. Now we're not. That's a whole other conversation.
But you know,
a whole other conversation.
The men wigs,
the men wigs. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you see a brother come out the barbershop. He went in bald and got locks when he come out. Yes.
Yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about you, Byron, because I know you are full of life, and we cannot wait to dig in. Let's get started. Tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm a former pastor. I start always with that because that does influence the work that I do. Former pastor turned love coach. And as affectionately known by those who follow me, the love guru, really merging my spiritual work with practical love tools. So I don't get over spiritual. I know a lot of people in the dating game who do this work. They're either heavy into the, practical tips and they never talk about spiritual things, or they're super spiritual and everything is about the man God has for you and how God wants to line it up. Everything is super 100 there. So I'm right in the middle. I really do want people to be able to be in tune with their spiritual life, but I want them to understand that we are very much so still natural human beings as well and find balance in the two. So as the love guru, it is very much so to help ordinary people find extraordinary love inwardly, where they're able to find self-love, upwardly in their connection with the divine source, and outwardly relational love. And once you have those three things, I really believe that all of us can have an extremely healthy and prosperous life.
Awesome.
Love it.
I love it.
So you have a book, and it's called Dating Men.
Yes.
So it says on the cover, it says the inclusive guide to find, attract, and keep the man you deserve. And I know a lot of women that are watching can't tell us everything in the book because we want everybody to go out and purchase this book.
Absolutely.
So can you just give us a little bit of what's in the book and what we can expect?
Yes. Well, let me say first, it is the first inclusive guide. When I say inclusive, that means co-ed, that means men and women. Anybody who wants a man can read this and get the same help. The reason why I did this is because I'm trying to break down some barriers and borders that are between sexual orientations and things of that nature. Just like we're trying to have racial divides broken down, I think we need to have that in genders and in sexual orientations as well. So I wanted to create the first book for that. I also wanted men and women to be able to have conversations across the aisle about different things, because men are going through things that Black women need to know about on the same level that women need to know what's happening with the gay men that are dealing with men as well. Everybody needs to be informed. That's how I feel, right? And so there are some things that are very universal, very common. And so these tips are fundamental. They are things that aren't like 5 steps to trick your man to fall in love. No, none of that. It is foundational things. And a lot of the work, and I'm serious, because that's what people teach. They teach, this is how you get him to fall in love with you. And, they this close to a voodoo spell. I promise you, they're this close. So I want to make sure that they're fundamental things that you can do, foundational ways that you can live. And a lot of it is about how you live. It's not so much about them. It's about a lot about you. And so the book really is, as much as it is helping people date and find, attract, and keep a man, it is very much so how you live your life to find, attract, and keep a man.
Gotcha. Okay. That's a different perspective.
Yeah, I never would even.
And as women, we don't think about y'all. We please forgive us for that, because it is sometimes it's all about us and how we feel, and we don't take into consideration what the man is thinking and how emotions that he has going on. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what this book is talking about.
Really?
Yeah, like one of the chapters is about commitment and how do you get a man to commit. And in that book, it's a lot about things like this. We think about all the things a man wants, but a man wants a friend, right? A man will ride or die for his friend. A man wants a friend in a relationship. You will never hear a couple that have been together 10 plus years where the man does not say, oh yeah, she's my best friend. That you never would hear that. If they've been together that long, then that woman or that man, that's their best friend, period. And that's how relationships work. A man wants a friend, but a man also, consider this, a man also wants a teammate. The reason why men love sports so much is because they identify with the teammate perspective. They will ride or die for their team. They don't even have to like some of the teammates, but they will rock for them because we got a common goal and a common vision. And so if you aren't helping to foster a common goal in a relationship or a common vision in a relationship, then you're going to lose that man's commitment, because his in him, embedded in him, is a desire to be on a team. And so the relationship should feel like a team.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a whole nother perspective. I never really thought about that. But, they do ride for their NFL, baseball, basketball team, like to the end.
Yeah.
They will kick and scream when they mess up, but they will be right back with them when the next game comes around. Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense, though.
Yeah, I had a good guy friend tell me that. He's like, oh, a man wants you to be their friend. Like you said first, their friend. And this was about a couple months ago. And I was like, you're right.
Well, and here's why. Because men are brought up to not share emotion and not really, open up. And so the level of vulnerability that a man wants to give, he wants the security that only he knows he can share with a friend. Think about this. Early on, when women are sharing their hearts and their emotions and crying with their little girlfriends and everything, the little sister girls, the teenagers, when a guy starts to do that, he is very aware that the more he does that, he is immediately labeled in a way that is considered negative. He is labeled sissy. He's labeled gay. If he is too close with his friends, and he's sharing too much and they look too close, then it's a negative label associated. So he makes sure to have connections as long as we're talking about sports, as long as we're talking about girls, as long as we're talking about money, then we safe, we good. But my heart, my emotions, my pain, my trauma. So he needs a friend that he feels safe enough that he can begin sharing the things that he has been wanting to share for a lifetime. And again, that's when you got him being able to do that, you have him locked down.
That's deep.
That's deep. Like, I'm speechless.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking in my mind,
but
like,
you
okay,
know
yeah,
that
I could have handled that differently.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like, oh,
I could have handled that differently.
yeah.
This conversation you wanted a man to have that he just fundamentally is ill-equipped to have.
Yeah.
I talk about this a lot when I'm dealing with LGBT communities and people who are coming over into like accepting themselves later in life. I say, you're pretty much an infant all over again, but on this side of it, you're learning brand new culture, language, community. You're learning all that. Think about that with men too, because just because they're 40, if they haven't really dealt with having deep, vulnerable conversations, then they're literally an infant in that. You have to groom and grow them into that level of maturity. So you're taking on, unfortunately, that's what our culture has done. You're taking on that project. And so what a lot of the women do is they judge a man for not being able to open up, but they don't accept that we have conditioned men to not be that way. And so we literally are beating men up for the thing that we tell them they should do. And that is the hypocrisy of our culture that modern women and men have to accept about men today. Unfortunately, it's true. And as long as we can accept that, we can help men groom into the type of men that can be expressive and communicative.
Yeah,
I think it's good when men can express like how they feel emotionally. Because I mean, it helps the mind, the spirit, body, to be able to share. Because like you said, women, we do it all the time.
Yeah. All the time. Well, you know what? Typically, when a man is able to do that and he hasn't been in relationships and he grew up that way, it's because he was in a loving home. Like his father had a long-term relationship with his mom, with his mom, and so he was able to see it and have it mirrored that it's okay to be that way. It's okay for dad cried, and that's okay. Dad talks to mom, and they have talks in the living room, and that's okay. If he doesn't see that, then there's really little to no way that he would learn that.
That is so true.
And
I just
yeah,
the stuff that you're saying, it makes sense, and I wish more men. I know that there are a couple men that are watching, but I wish more men would accept that and take that in, because they have been hammered into you got to be strong. You can't be weak, showing your emotions and crying and doing all that. Toughen up. And a lot of times they just need to release that. And when they release it, then it's like everything kind of falls into place and they feel a little bit better about themselves.
My son is 18 and I'm like, it's okay to cry or to, just be vulnerable, so he's like, Mom. But I'm like, look, hey, it's okay. Yeah. But yeah, if we, like you said, we have to start teaching them that.
Yeah, we need to get rid of this myth that emotionalism is feminine and strength is masculine. We just got to get rid of that, because there's strong women and there should be emotional men. The reality is that we are all human, and we all have human parts to us that should be able to balance out the masculine and feminine energy across the board. So being able to do that, helping men realize their emotional side and have some emotional intelligence, and women being able to say, accept their strength, not just that, I can bear children. It's yes, you do that, but it is more to your strength than just the capacity to have a womb and to hold children. You are strong in general and by nature. So being able for both sides to accept that, I think we'll have healthier, more holistic conversations around love, sex, and relationships.
Absolutely.
So,
no, go ahead.
So do you host, I know we've been, quarantined, but since we're headed out that way, so will you be hosting workshops or things for people to attend that they can learn, especially men, to let them know it's okay to share emotion?
Yes, I can't wait. There are some things that I'm partnering with some other love professionals that we're doing here in Atlanta. We have something coming up in April, the end of April. Excuse me, I said April, the end of May that we're going to be doing. It'll be like for couples. But as everything starts opening back up, I will definitely be doing some seminars, workshops, traveling around doing that, because I think it's so important to spread the message. Unfortunately, a lot of the messaging we have is what I mentioned earlier, is the tips and tricks, and it's not the substance that really locks down relationships and holds it down. I feel like people give people a lot of flags, but not a lot of anchors. They got the things that wave people attention, but getting somebody's attention and locking them down are two different things. That's why you got people in these cyclical relationships where they going in and they going out, they going in and they going out, they going in and they going out, they dating, they mating, and they breaking, And so being able to be in a situation where you're keeping, that's why it was so important for me to have that last part of the book title, not just finding, not just attracting, but keeping, because it's the keeping that we really want. The finding and attracting, that's just what we have to do to get to the point where we can keep. And we just don't have a keeping generation right now. And so teaching people how to keep their mate, to make it work, to get through the difficult parts, to speak the right language, that's the work right now.
Wow. I'm speechless right now. Like, okay, I like this. So, okay, the magazine.
Yes.
Now, do you incorporate what, the love guru and the love topics in the magazine? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Control is a magazine that has been around for almost a decade now, and Julian Lark is the editor-in-chief of that. And as the lifestyle editor, I have a great responsibility to do topics around relationships, health and wellness and all those kind of things. And so as someone who does yoga and meditates and is healthy living and eating and all that kind of stuff, it just fits my life and my vibe. So everything that we do is centered around that. We've started doing some love talks when it comes to love, what we call love sessions, that will be even ramping up in the next month or so. But we did a few, like we did one with Terry Vaughn and her husband, Karan, where we sat down and talked to them about how they make the relationship work, the dynamics of both of them being in the industry, having kids that aren't your own and bringing them in. And so just that was one of our great talks. We did one with the singer Sammy. He, doing his kind of re-release and coming back on the scene heavy, talking about his journey, his singleness, dating while famous, all those kind of things. And so, yes, I love it. I love the work I do with Control, and it just allows me and affords me an opportunity to talk to some great people and do some great things to really put out what love looks like, and to kind of dispel the myths that love has to look a certain way for it to work, and that it has to look a certain way or else it won't work. And so I love doing that. I love busting up people's thoughts about what something is, Well, in order to make it work, you got to court for about 6 months, and then you got to hold hands for the first 3. Then you can kiss. Then you can lay down together, but you got to have all your clothes on and a robe. I mean, there's so many thoughts around how it should work, and all my message is it works the way the two people's chemistry connection allows it to work, and that looks different for everybody. So if you don't have wisdom, discernment, and restraint, self-love, basically, if you don't have that, then it ain't gonna work anyway. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good.
I love that. Wisdom, discernment, and
good.
restraint.
That is good.
That is good.
That is
Mhm.
Okay,
like
so
that.
what are some of the things? I know you can't go into detail about, all of the people that you've interviewed and that, that you've talked to, but what is probably the biggest issue that people have in their relationships when it comes to love or when it comes to being just together and I don't want to say coexisting, but just being in each other's presence? What's like the biggest thing that you've noticed that
Yeah.
you have issues with?
That's a great question. And I know a lot of people immediately would say sex, money, communication. All right. We said those. Those I think are secondary, but I always have found, as I've in my coaching clients, in my interviews, the leading thing that either makes or breaks a relationship is expectations. So what you believe that this individual should bring to your life, what you feel like they should offer. Now, mind you, a lot of this is long before you ever meet them. What you feel like they should offer to you, how you feel like they should make you feel, what they should do, what a good partner looks like. All of these things are expectations long before you met them. And so this person who is coming into your life and they don't know all the expectations you have. They have no clue. And you walk in and day one, you are examining them on this checklist of things that they have no clue about. So imagine, just imagine taking a test and you didn't know what was going to be on the test. Pop quiz, don't know what it's going to be on. It's for a subject in a class. You don't even know what the class is. You don't even know what the class is, right? You just know it's supposed to be towards a degree. And it's a pass or fail. It's a pass or fail. That's it. Here's a test. Have at it. Now go ahead, bubble in some stuff. Let me see what you put down. Because I'm not even going to let you finish the whole test. I'm going to tell you real quick if it's a pass or fail. This is what we do to people, right? This is what we do to people. We set them up. We say, "Oh, you drive that. Oh, that is your occupation. Oh, I don't like the way you handle that situation. Oh, you get a little loud sometimes. Oh, you get a little rowdy in traffic. Well, we have our list, right? I didn't. You should have offered. You should have. You said, even though this is our first date, you're supposed to pay. You're supposed to pay, right? Okay. So we have all of our expectations. We have all of our thoughts. And when this person who, mind you, has no clue of what now the last person had different expectations. You have your expectations. So they were doing halfway decent with them. They thought they had learned some things from the last person and was doing better. And then they met you and your expectations were like here, on different things. And so now it's like a whole different.
Oh man.
So you setting them up for failure. Over and over again, we literally set people on this obstacle course we're a brand new obstacle course. Now you say, well, you've been in love before, you should know better. But that was a different obstacle course. And I don't know this obstacle course. You're a whole new maze. Yes, I've been through a maze, but I don't know your maze. All the stuff you got, all the dead ends, all the barriers, all the blockages, all the pain, all the trauma. I don't know all that. So you setting me up for failure when you come to me and say, well, why didn't you know that this is how it should be?
Wow.
And that's what we do to each other. When it comes to relationships, instead of saying, hey, so these are the types of things I like and I look for. I really am the type of person I like for a man to do X, Y, Z. I'm the type of person, see, that level of transparent, instead of saying you should know, because that expectation is you should know. Instead of saying you should know, it is let me tell you.
I like that.
Yeah, I
like
that. Yeah, that just makes it whole. Oh man,
It'll be easier to have a relationship now.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm seeing it a whole different. Listen,
I'm seeing it all. completely different. Like, yeah.
Just
Like,
tell them what you want. You know,
And why do you believe some of the things you believe? See, and this is the other piece. That's why I say I like breaking ideas, because some stuff you just believe because somebody told you to believe it. You don't even really believe it. You were just taught to believe it. And some stuff you don't even believe anymore. You really don't believe it anymore, but your mama and grandmama told you that's what it should be. And now you done messed up 3 relationships based on an idea that didn't even work for them. Now hear that back. You messing up relationships in your life with ideas and thoughts and beliefs that did not even work for them.
wow. That's an ouch moment.
yeah.
So if he don't open the door that one time, he ain't the one. But mama was with that one knucklehead that didn't open up one door, not nail one door.
In the cabinet.
For 10 years. But she see him not open the door for you that one time. You sure you want him? He didn't open up the door for you. Mama, really?
Or we can say the other way around, you know, their moms are kind of harsh too. She didn't make no plate for you. Are you sure that's what you want your babies to go?
So let's talk about that.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let me put this out here. That is not how my relationships went.
No,
okay?
mine either. So
but
we just want,
I'm just saying, because I had to clear that up real fast.
Say out. That is not.
That's not how they
Is this confessional time?
So,
good, 'cause I don't want nobody calling me talking about
for real.
Let's just cut that right there. I'm just saying, some moms, they look at that. Well, she didn't make your plate. She didn't do this. She didn't ask you if you wanted this. She didn't.
Yeah. Right. So you mentioned the moms. So how do a lot of moms baby their sons?
Mm-hmm.
I've been guilty of it. My 18-year-old is getting ready to go off to college. And I think I'm more stressed and worried about it than he is. He's like, Mama. I said, well, I'm not going to be there to, like do this or, if you need that. And he's like, Mama, I know. I said, do you? And he's like, yes, ma'am. But I feel like I know I'm having issues with letting go because that is my baby and that is my son. But, how do you think when they get into relationships and they are mama's boys? I'm not gonna say that's what he is because he knows how to do stuff and all that. But what kind of advice do you give to men and either the mothers what they need to do besides step back?
Let's start with the word the line "mama's boy." I think that is not derogatory at all. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think a man that is connected to a mother, that knows a mother's love, that's a beautiful setup to be able to love a woman. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that is completely healthy. I think what happens is that not all women, because all women aren't mothers. So mother's identity is often wrapped up in being a mother. The woman who is a mother, her identity is mother. So it's just like if I was a pastor. So my identity was pastor. Everything was pastor. Everything I did, clothes I bought, the food I ate, the way, we did church fish fries, that's what pastor, all that. So everything's pastor. Mom, same way. So everything is mom. My child reflects me, everything representative of me. If they mess up, I messed up. If they do well, I did well. Fundamentally, though, that is not true. That is an organism, that is a life, that is a being, that is an entity that has expressed unique thought that can live the way they want to live, right? And it has no reflection. If they tomorrow decided to go out and blow up a building, that would have nothing to do with you. And that is the beautiful thing that I think moms need to be able to release themselves from. Because you have to do the best you can do when you carry something. You have to do the best you can do with what you had. And I think that's the piece. With whatever you have. There's a stress that's on moms and dads, but moms especially, because they birthed this thing. That's just child. This came out of my womb. But I had a mom who, I was adopted. So I had a mom who I wasn't out of her womb, but she felt the same pressure. Even though she didn't have me initially, DNA was not attached. There was still this pressure as a mother that if you do well, I did well. If you do poorly, I do poorly. So all she said of me was, I want you to go out and I just want you to live a good life. Please just live a good life. I don't care what you do. Just go out and live a good life so you don't embarrass us. Amen. What I think, and so what I think though is just like with the young lady you just had on, which was a brilliant conversation, is that teachers realize, I think teachers come to the point at some point, they realize if a student fails, it wasn't my fault. I'm a good teacher, whether or not they are good students. And I birth as a teacher, I birth students who are good at being good if they're willing to be good at what I teach them.
Oh, wow.
So a child is nothing more than a young adult, a blooming adult that will be a good adult if they choose to be a good adult based on what I help them to develop. But I cannot make you be a good adult, right? And I'm not going to stress myself on trying to forge you and form you into something that you fundamentally don't want to be or don't want to be yet. So if that transformation has to happen at 30, then that's your time. Then that has nothing to do with me. What I do is drop the seeds, because like the Bible says, some plant, some tend, some water, some will reap. And maybe as the parent, you don't get to see the reaping. Maybe the wife sees the reaping. You know, she sees the fruit of the labor years later. And then as a grandmother, you see, oh, okay, my baby finally turned his life around. You know, what I'm saying is that pressure is not on you. Parents, moms especially, the pressure is not on you. You are transportation. You are just transportation. Your job is just to usher them safely into adulthood. And whatever they get along the way, they're going to pick up with or without you. So you might as well just do the best you can to transport them. Food, shelter, water, clothes. Amen.
Yes, that is so true. Yes, great advice for moms.
Yeah,
great advice.
that's good.
Love it.
That is good.
Yeah,
Take the pressure off. Take the pressure off.
Are you lighter now?
Because you know what? This is what I mean this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. They are not yours. And I mean this, this is why I get nervous whenever I hear a pastor say, my people or my sheep, you know, baby, those are God's.
Right.
Anything that comes in this world is God's first.
Yes.
So that is God's. They just happen to be a caretaker of whatever God did. And I'm telling you, the reason why that's important to do or to understand is that David understood that. And that's why he saw blessings. That's why he saw growth in everything he touched, because he understood it is God's. These sheep are God's. These people are God's. Everything is God's. Moses understood this is God's people. These ain't my people. They following me, but these ain't my people. You know, they are God's people. So when you understand this is God's child, God's going to take care of them. If you disappear tomorrow, God would still have them. So that's when you know the pressure needs to be off for you, because you just a vehicle. God can find another. And when you understand that God's got a bigger hand than you can ever have on their life, it takes the pressure off. Just takes the pressure off.
And I think it's just that letting go, because like, you know, you've always had them. I'm about to be an empty nester, y'all. So as y'all can see, it started like today. It started sinking in. My daughter's a junior in college. So my son's he's ending his senior year in high school, getting ready. It's kind of like, I'm really about to be an empty nester. Like
it's identity. It's always identity. It's always identity. Because even if you have the greatest faith and they're the best child in the world, it's less about them being okay and more about you being okay. It's more about who am I once you're gone? What are my hobbies? What do I like to do? What do I do with all the free time I'm going to have, not having somebody to worry about every 2 seconds? What in the world am I going to do with myself? That's the real thing. So it actually is you. It's less about them and more about you. Let's deal with the truth of it.
Yeah, like for real. Yeah, but thank you for just sharing that. Because like it really hit me today. I was like, whew, okay. But yeah, thank you.
I still got
I do feel a little lighter, but yeah. Yeah, you got some time.
I still got some time. My baby is about to be 13, and I'm stressing out about that because I'm gonna have a teenager on my hands. But hey,
it's gonna fly by.
It is.
But anyway, yes. But anyway, okay, so yeah, because we could talk about this all night. How can they find you? Because I know we said ByronJamal.com, but I know there's other avenues that they can follow you and they can subscribe and do all that. So let's hear it. Let's go.
Absolutely. Well, I always say that love is easy, so I make myself easy to find. I'm at ByronJamal.com, yes, but I'm also on social media: LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, a little bit of TikTok here and there. I'm funny sometimes. All at Byron Jamal. Very, very easy to find. You can Google the Love Guru, and if it doesn't come up with something Austin Powers, you can probably find me too. Other than that, I'm just here to really help any and everybody, and that's really my goal and my mission is to help any and everybody, women, men, gay, straight, religious, non-religious, whoever you are, whatever you believe in, find the love that you deserve, because I really believe we all are made in love. We're crafted in love, and we're supposed to have amazing love in our lives.
I love it. I love it. Yes!
I do too. You are awesome. Oh
amazing. Okay, so I am going to bring, look, we got 3 minutes. I am going to bring Miss ShaVonne back on the stage. And listen, y'all, we are going to play a game, okay? And it is called This or That.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to give you 2 options, and I want y'all to tell me which one of those 2 options y'all prefer, okay? Y'all ready?
All right.
Okay. So most important in a partner, like this is going to fit. This fits with the conversation here.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligent or funny?
Funny.
Funny.
Okay. I had to say that too, funny. You know, because I like to laugh.
I would go with funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Okay. So money or free time?
Money.
Free time.
Okay, so let's go with the difference. Byron, why money?
Money will get you free time if you spend that money right.
That's a good one. Okay, ShaVonne.
You know, I'm an independent woman. I feel like I've got my own money, and so I want some time.
I hear you. Okay. I like both of those answers.
I do too. I like them both.
That's cool. Okay. At a movie, popcorn or candy?
Candy.
Popcorn.
Theater popcorn.
Popcorn. I have to say popcorn. Man.
It's just romantic. It has to be them Skittles, you know, like that. I don't know.
It's okay. 2 more. Let's do Coke or Pepsi.
What's Pepsi? I live in Atlanta. It's a Coke city, okay? This is a Coke city. I'm sorry.
Okay. I understand. ShaVonne, what you say?
Coke.
Okay. I like Pepsi.
Really? It's a
Coke
sweet.
Is overrated to me.
Coke. I can never drink all of it because it's so strong with the.
Yeah. I'm not a soda drinker, but if I had to choose, I'm gonna go with Coke.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
I want the tea, honey.
Tea. I'm tea. Namaste.
I'm going with coffee.
Coffee all day long.
Yes.
I
do too. Oh, yes.
But okay, y'all. That was our fun game for the day.
It was fun.
I appreciate both of you all. We appreciate you coming on here. It's an honor.
It is
to have such powerful people in their industry on our show.
I know. Like, thank you all so much.
It's a pleasure.
Just
thank y'all so much. Byron Jamal, you were giving me life. I was like over here snapping and clapping and yes.
Well, ShaVonne, thank you. And I'm so proud of all the work you're doing. It's so necessary. You literally are changing the world by changing the lives of these young people. So keep going and stay inspired and encouraged.
We salute both of you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming. We will definitely have y'all back on the show to talk about other things, about what you guys got going on, the different events that you've got going on.
Definitely.
And we're excited to see both of you grow. For sure.
Thank you.
So much.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, we won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much. We love y'all.
Yes, and enjoy your weekend.
Yes. Happy
Thank you.
Easter.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
That was an
Awesome,
amazing
awesome.
show.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you so much for watching, y'all.
Thank y'all so much.
So quick announcements.
Quick announcements. We issue 3 submissions are open for BAM Woman Magazine. We are doing a fashion show July 24th. So we still need vendors, models, boutique owners, fashion designers. So if you fit any of those, shoot us an email at info@bamwomanmagazine.com or bamwomanmagazine@gmail.com. BAM Guy Magazine will release May 22nd.
I'm so excited about that.
We have podcast dates available for June. So
absolutely,
if you want on our show, shoot us an email.
Or if you know somebody that may be interested in being on the show that needs a little bit of more push, a broader audience.
Yes, definitely.
Let us know. Send us their information and we'll reach out to them for sure. So who do we have next week?
We have Mrs. Marissa Ward and Hazel Gray. Both of these ladies are from Longview, Texas.
Yes.
So super excited to talk to them.
Oh, it's going to be a fun show.
Miss Hazel is getting ready to do a workshop to help women, to show them how to dress, for interviews, how to conduct themselves. And Miss Marissa Ward is running for councilwoman.
Yes.
So
Longview is doing big things, y'all.
Yes, they are. So we're excited to have them on the show next week. I feel like there's something else. Oh, we said we were going to give away this book, Success Runs in Our Race by Dr. George Fraser. So if you are interested in winning this book, shoot us an email or shoot us your name and we will put it in a hat and draw and get you this book out to you because you want a copy.
And it's a good book too.
Yeah, I got my copy at home. Yes. So
it's a good one.
We have that going on. And sponsors. If you want to sponsor a podcast show, please send us an email, info@bamwomanmagazine.com. and let us know. We'll send you the details. I think that's it that we have today. I feel like there's something.
Listen, I don't have anything. Today's show was amazing.
It was. Oh my gosh.
I'm hardly ever speechless.
I know. No, I mean that in
I know.
No, really, like you're like, but yeah, she's a talker. Hey, Mr. Slacks.
Hey,
he's one of our BAM guys.
He's one of our BAM guys. He has sent us some amazing people too. So y'all look forward to that.
Thank you, Leslie.
Yes,
for the hookup
Leslie Tops. We love you. Thank you so much for reaching out to us and sending us some amazing people. Absolutely amazing people.
Thank you to everybody who's Mr. Fred Willis sent us Miss ShaVonne. Thank you for that connection.
Absolutely.
Please reach out to these 2 amazing entrepreneurs and support them. See what they have going on. See how you can help them.
Hey, Charles. I see you on there too.
Hey, Charles.
Thank you for allowing us to be on your show.
I know. Thank you.
It's awesome.
It is.
I can't think of anything else though. I might as well let y'all know next week I will be in Austin meeting my mother. Yes, my children are going with me as well. Madison is here with me today. She wanted to see what mommy does, so she got it firsthand.
Hi. No, they gotta see you.
They gotta see you, girl. Come on.
See the next star.
This is my mini me. I know some of y'all probably already know her, but she's another me.
Yes, she is. Oh my goodness, love it though.
But yes, so Toya's gonna be holding down the fort. Yes. She's gonna do amazing. Y'all support her and love on her.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna be watching. I'm definitely gonna be watching.
We have another little guest over here that's hiding.
Yeah,
we're gonna make him come on.
What's crazy is that his name is in the description, but he was like, I don't want to get on today.
Come on, Mr. Eric. Come on, Eric. Just tell him a little bit about what you do. Just tell him a little bit.
Yes,
about
tell
what
everybody what you do. Let me move this mic out the way.
Pretty much help people with their finances. I educate the consumer with what are their options to make sure they do well with their money. I mean, that's pretty much a small summary. There's a lot into it, but that's what I do.
Finances are major.
Yes, I love it, and like I said, let me tell you a little bit about it. So I start with the budget. Make sure you have the proper life insurance, and then make sure you have a will, and then we'll start building on it. So that's pretty much what I do. That's the beginning, the foundation of creating wealth. So that's how you do it.
We gotta have you on the show to talk more about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Just let me know. We'll figure something out. But
we will.
Absolutely.
I love it. You guys are doing great. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. So if y'all want more information about what Erik does, his name is in the description.
Yes.
So y'all make sure y'all reach out to him. Shout out to Diana. Him and Diana have their own show, Lady D.
Yes, it airs on Thursdays.
Yes,
Thursday. Yeah, so shout out to Miss Diana. Oh man, that lady is amazing.
She's dope.
G-Force Media.
Yes.
So if you need some advertising commercials, reach out to G-Force Media. They got you.
Absolutely.
Tell them Bam Woman sent you. You have to say that. Or she's gonna be like, you have to say, you can't say, well, I heard. Nope, you have to say Bam Woman sent you.
Get it right.
So yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, that is our time. Well, we actually went over our time, but it's okay. We have fun. So thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. And from here on out, because we love y'all and we appreciate the love that we get from y'all. So y'all have a good weekend. Have a safe Easter. Resurrection Sunday is tomorrow, y'all. If y'all haven't been praising the Lord this weekend, I don't know what's going on with y'all, but y'all need to get it together.
Yes, y'all do. We know y'all went and bought those new Easter Sunday dresses,
suits, and
wigs,
bright colors.
Listen, did and
gonna be straight Skittle life going on right here.
Yes,
and this is the first Sunday that. Well, no, this is the first Easter that, outside of COVID. So y'all be safe.
Definitely.
It's still out there, but y'all be safe. Enjoy your families. Love on your families because we don't know what's going to happen after this.
And I know a lot of, especially African Americans, and I feel Hispanics as well, are on the fence about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. I know I was, but after speaking to our health wellness editor, Dr. Jennifer Jackson, she just basically, she just laid it out. And I went that day and got my first shot. I'll get my next one the end of this month. But if you, I really urge people to really consider it and go, get it done. If you still need more time, research, that's understandable. But really think about getting it done because you really never know if this is going to happen again. And if it does, it could wipe out more than what it did the first time. Whew. So, yeah. But yeah, just,
do your
consider
research.
It, do your research and, pray about it, think about it. But, I made the decision to go ahead and get vaccinated. Both of my children have decided to get vaccinated.
That's good.
I couldn't tell them. I had to leave that up to them because they're legal adults. That's what I call them. I say, y'all are legal adults. But, I know. But anyways, so I was there, they've decided to get it done. But yeah, so if you really, just think about it.
Just think about it. I haven't made that step yet. I'm still on the fence, like you were. I was on the fence, and I'm not gonna lie. I've prayed about it. I've thought about it. I've did all my research, and honestly, this is just my opinion. It's just like the flu vaccine when it first came out. Everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know if It's the same thing.
It is.
You know, so just protect yourself.
Mhm.
You know, we're not going to tell you either way. We
Right.
want you to do what's best for you.
Exactly.
So just be safe, protect yourself, protect your families.
Yes.
We love y'all, and we'll
We
see y'all
do.
next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. And
I-
good luck to all the track and field high school students. They will all be
Yes.
participating at district starting on Monday. So good luck. Then area, regional, state. So shout out to all those high schools who will be representing.
Awesome.
Good luck.
Awesomeness. I love it. All right, y'all. Well, that is our time.
Yes.
Deuces.